Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? Playing some Freya today for you guys. The #1 mage. I actually don't even think it's close. I know I say that kind of thing a lot, but like, unironically, this is the first time I've had Freya open since since she's been available. Like, 'cause she was like permabanned, and now she's not permabanned, and you can pick her. And I have literally banned her every single game, aside from the few videos that I've shown you guys where I'm passing bans. Aside from those couple of exceptions, I have actually banned this character every single game. And for good reason. It's because she's broken. Literally a broken character. She does way too much damage. She can build like 3 or 4 defensive items. It's kind of like Bake. If you guys ever, if you guys watched my Bake video or somebody else's Bake video, or if you went against it yourself, it's basically she can build 85 defense items and still win the game. And still win the game. Alright, we're gonna slow her with the 2, and we're gonna hit our auto. Alright, we missed all of our autos. Well, she tried to gank us, which was interesting. See if we can bait her to pop her 2 again. She doesn't seem to want to do it. But she doesn't have, yeah, we win this fight, actually, if we take it. She has Shell, which is really bad. I have Horrific, which is really good. I also have more potions than she does, and I have better potions for taking fight. Like HP multipots is much better, right? Also, I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the On Her video, assuming that I got an On Her video up. Ooh. Okay. If I haven't gotten an On Her video up, then spoiler, I'm working on it. I'm doing these both in like the same day, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna wait a second here, wait for our 2 to come back up, and then we're gonna pull this bad boy. Kill the little guys, then pop our 1. But yeah, anyways, if I haven't posted an On Her video by now, expect that soon. And I'm gonna do the same thing I was trying to do in that video, which is show you guys proximity ward tech, but I would argue that this is like a much better game for it. I'm actually just gonna buy a health chalice, man. Why not? I don't even know what I'm rushing at this point. I think I'm probably gonna go Telkines. Although first item demonic, actually, it sounds bad, but first item demonic is actually not that bad. It's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go Telkines though. Telkines, demonic ring. That's all we need, baby. And like I said, you can go quad defense on this character. You can go triple defense on this character, whatever. Although I think that's pretty troll. That's something that Diego does a lot. You can get away with it, but I'm by no means trying to say you should do it. What I will argue that you should do though, is double defense. Like at least 2 items. Freya's one of those characters that she really needs to not get bursted, and she needs to have time to do her damage. And she doesn't need that much damage to do damage. Like she really doesn't need much. So it's just optimal. And I would argue that in a lot of duel situations, actually, the reason why people don't go double defense is because they don't know it's good, or because they think it's scummy to go double defense. But in a lot of duel situations, I mean, defense is just so favored in Smite. Such a powerful stat. Generally speaking, stat for stat, defense is better than offense. And so, long story short, all this to say, we're gonna get a proximity ward here. All this to say that I think it is optimal to go double defense on Freya in pretty much every single game, unless you literally don't need it. If you're like 7-0, just killing your opponent over and over and over, then, don't get it, right? But I think it is optimal. She does way too much damage in our kit, and she needs time to get that damage off, right? So I would argue that you definitely go double defense pretty much every game. We're just gonna banish her. But the proximity ward tech, the reason why I think it's so important in this mirror is because, well, it blocks auto attacks. And Freya, like I said, has so much built-in damage in her kit. Ugh. No way. He baited my wing shard, man. He baited me. But Freya has so much damage in her kit, all you need is attack speed, really, and to land your autos. So when you go proximity ward and you put down, and you block 3 of her auto attacks, that can be a game-winning, a game changer right there, right? I believe you should probably always have a proximity ward on you in the mirror match. And even if it does cost you a lot of gold in the end, I think it's definitely well worth it. I mean, it's only 75 gold per, right? It's not that much. We are kind of just right now, and hopefully she doesn't stop her back, although I wouldn't be that shocked if she did. We're going to go straight into Shoguns. Shoguns is an item you want to build every single game on Freya. assuming you're against a magical, of course. And if you're against a physical, you probably go Berserker Shield Phalanx. Every single game on Freya, the attack speed is just too powerful. The defense is just too powerful. Hopefully she doesn't end up getting this red. She did end up getting the red. That sucks for us. She banished this map. Okay, she's playing the map a little bit better than we were. I was kind of in the middle of explaining things. I wasn't really paying that much attention, to be honest with you, so that is my fault. Definitely my fault. And by the way, I'm not trying to pretend like I'm a pro Freya who knows exactly what you're supposed to build every single time. I don't know exactly the 100% Freya build. What I do know, though, is Proximity Ward OP in the mirror, and that you should be going at least double defense every single game. Aside from that, like whether you start Bancrofts, you start Telkinds, people actually ask me that kind of question a lot for Freya, and I don't know the answer to that. I wish I could tell you guys, but I just do not know. Alright, we're going to banish a bit of her damage like she did for us. And then we're going to reinitiate back onto her because the banish is down for a long time. Putting down the proximity ward, blocking auto attacks, and then it slows her. We're just going to hold our ult. She's probably going to ult our ult, which is fine by me. Oh, okay, yeah, I probably should have shot the minions, huh? That just shows my lack of experience in the Freya mirror, to say the least. Because, you know, she probably realized that we were basically trading ults for the most part. And if we're trading ults like that, at best case scenario, I'm only going to get 1 or 2 shots off. So I should have just shot the minions. Oh, my pulse ran out. No. Dude, I did not expect her thing to last that long. Her pulse. Am I the worst Freya player in the universe? Well, the one good thing I will say is even if we are bad at Freya, because I never play this character and I rarely play the mirror, what I will say is it's a brain dead god. Literally a brain dead god, so
no one can stop me.
We're chilling. We're gonna go into oh wait, we gotta get our proximity ward, man. We gotta keep this bad boy on us. She's going Pestilence, which is terrible, by the way. You can go Pestilence in the Freya mirror and like on Freya in general. It's just, I think it's terrible to go at this early because it doesn't give you attack speed. Maybe it's a talisman, but it doesn't give you attack speed. And like I said, attack speed is king on Freya or queen, whatever. You want attack speed as early as possible, but it also gives you mana. As you can see, we're both kind of having mana issues a little bit. Okay, she did go talisman. I was actually thinking about going talisman myself because, like I said, attack speed is like one of the most prioritized stats. But I don't know though, I think Pestilence has got to be good here because Health Chalice, she has Bancrofts, a healing passive, etc. Healing got changed up to where you heal less on minions, but you heal more on gods now. And I think in the Freya mirror specifically, I think that actually buffs Pestilence. I think you need Pestilence even more. We should win this. Her talisman stacks have to be off by now, right? So we just have a Shogun's over. Okay, well, that's interesting to say the least. I don't know if we're gonna put proximity ward in this at all because I don't know if we're gonna get any more Freya mirrors. Like I don't know if I'm gonna use a proximity ward as clickbait for the thumbnail or the title or anything like that. But yeah, Freya OP, man, and that's part of how you build the mirror. I think again, I'm not 100% certain that the Telkinds is to play. But I don't think Bancrofts is because, again, it doesn't give attack speed. I think you're going to want to rush Telkinds or Demonic Grip every single game. Demonic Grip Rush doesn't sound great, right? Because it's percent pen into, well, it's percent pen defense reduction, whatever. But it actually isn't too bad, to be honest. But I don't see a reason for why you shouldn't go Telkinds. It just helps you compete with the PvE, and it's a pretty cheap item. It's just good overall. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll skip you guys into the next Freya game. All right, guys, we're on to the second game. I passed all my bans once again. Oh, Silver Crow, 7-5-4-0. This is actually a pretty good matchup for Gilga. I think he can win this. Like if I were Gilga versus a Freya, first of all, I would ban Freya. But if I were Gilga versus a Freya, I would definitely see the win con. In fact, somebody just the other day came into my chat and asked me. They were playing Gilga versus Freya, and they asked me who wins it, and I told them that Gilgamesh wins. And halfway through his game, he came into my chat and said, I don't know, bro. I think you're wrong. I'm kind of getting beat up right now. And I was like, no, dude, Gilga wins. And then he came into chat like 6 minutes later and was like, never mind, I won. So not that that proves anything, but my point is I do think Gilga wins this matchup. But the thing about it is like, it's not easy, you know. You gotta play pretty good, pretty smart as Gilgamesh to win this. You gotta understand your limits and whatnot, right? So what I'm getting at here is, I don't know if Silver Crow 7540 knows his limit, right? No offense to him, but we'll see. Maybe he's the best Gilgamesh I've ever seen in my whole life. Maybe he's not. About to find out today, ladies and gentlemen. Is he going to invade? Okay, he's not invading. He's just kind of looking for me. He wants to beat me up. I don't know if I should get my banish or not. If we're not going to fight too hard, I don't think we should. Looking to clear mainly here. He might kick a minion into me. Who knows? We'll see. Oh. Gilgamesh players are kind of unpredictable sometimes, even though I did just easily predict him, but... yeah, anyways, like I said, this character is broken. You can't simply just walk in front of a Freya, my friend. You cannot simply walk into a wing shard Freya. That's why we get the shard, by the way. That's why we like these double relics. Most Freya players I see do this. It's not a secret by any means. It's very, very strong, and for good reason. You slow them with horrific, and then you pop your wing shard, and you annihilate them. It's just that simple. Number 1 mage, by the way. Number 1 mage, you should be picking or banning this character, unless you have a character that just outright beats it very easily. We're going to pop our potions here, although I don't think we really need to, but we're going to. Because I want to, you know? Can we kill him here? Ooh, we actually missed one of our ults and he's still dead. Anyways, as I was saying, Freya. Best mage ever known to mages. Ever known to be mage-like. That's not true. There are mages that are better than her. They're just not currently in the ban list, right? So... as of right this very moment, Freya is just the best, man. I'm going to stick with my Telkine's Ring first item, although, like I said, I don't know if this is actually good or not, but it's definitely something you can do. Right, he cleared. He's going to go to the blue buff now. We're clearing the wave. We want to pick up the rock. The good old handy-dandy rock. Turning around in case he like jumps over the wall and kicks us into the rock or something like that. That would not be fun. It would not be an enjoyable experience, to say the least. Yeah, I feel like it's taken him forever to do that blue buff. Or maybe he backed. He probably like did it and then backed to finish his item. Let's see how hard my Telkines is hitting. I mean, it's hitting for 26 per auto. Doing 100 out of my 6. I mean, the main thing that's strong about it, though, I think, is that it's super cheap, just like Demonic Grip. Demonic Grip and Telkines are just very stat effective, I think. Super cheap. We're just gonna horrific. We're just gonna stand our ground, horrific, wing shard him. I was actually going to ult him here, but I don't think we need to. Just walk up and hit him. Let's see, our Telkines did 166 damage to him there, which isn't great, but at the same time it does scale per level, right? Which is an argument to say why you shouldn't get it early, but I don't know, man. The stats aren't bad. 45 power, 15% attack speed, 9% lifesteal, and then extra basic attack damage. Helps you PvE, helps you clear the camps and stuff like that a lot easier. So, again, like I said, not a Freya main. Maybe if you're a Freya main, comment down below what you like to start. And maybe it's not Telkines, but the thing about it is I just can't imagine it's Bancroft's. And that's not to say that Bancroft's isn't a good Freya item. It's more of just like early game. There's no way it's good or it's preferable because it's going to make your ult hit really hard, sure, but it's not going to give you any attack speed. And attack speed is everything, right? Now, the Bancroft's does have a glyph that gives you attack speed in the late game, but it doesn't give you any like in the early game, right? So that's why, again, I don't think you should necessarily rush it. I don't think it's that good, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a dummy. Maybe I just don't understand ball. And I would normally skip this pause for you guys, but I've kind of just been yapping during the whole thing, anyways. So, oh, there we go. The pause is finished. Yappers. Perfect. Oh, dude, if we just gave him red buff there, that sucks. Like, not in the sense of he's gonna win because he gets the red buff. I don't think it makes much of a difference. It's just I really wanted that red buff. It does take him a while to clear it. I mean, he has a golden blade. That's another reason why we can fight him so easily. It's just because we have a lead and we're Freya. But also because he's going a super low damage build. Like, that build doesn't do any damage whatsoever. We didn't do a very good job securing that, now did we? Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I mean, I'll skip the pause for you guys, but I did have to pause there because I wanted to go turn my AC down. It was getting freezing cold, man. Freezing cold. I just can't imagine there's a better first item than this. Like, the only thing that compares to Telkines, in my opinion, like stat for stat, especially if you think about the price, right, is Demonic Grip. And Demonic Grip, it's like it is a better item than Telkines, but I don't know if it's like actually better for first slot, and also it's not like it's really a comparison. I mean, yeah, I guess it's a comparison for first slot, but I am going to be building Demonic Grip, right? So it's not like I'm choosing one or the other. It's just about item slots, right? Like, look at this. 30 damage. That's adding so much DPS. Oh no. Oh my god, I actually missed my entire ult there. Wait, what does that mean? What did he just say to me? I actually kind of want to look that up right now because it's such a short one. All right. English to... Oh, wait, no. Spanish to English translator. Spanish, all right. He said, "How disgusting you, bro." according to Google Translate, "How disgusting you, bro." What do I say to that? Wait, I let him get that? I didn't think I left. See. Oh my god, dude. How much did my Telkines do to him right there? 220 damage? There's no way the Telkines is bad, guys. There's just no way. Absolutely no way. Well, anyways, I'm going to skip you guys into the next Freya game. I'd imagine this is going to be a lot of F6s. People do not like going against Freya. She's not fun to go against. She's very annoying, very, very strong. So I'll go ahead and skip you guys into the next one. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, we're off into the third game, and I forgot to have my Streamlabs setting thingamabobby open before I started this recording. This is the next day, so if I sound different or whatever. But yeah, this is the next day from the previous games you guys were watching. Let me stop yapping for like 1 second here and buy my stuff. But so I couldn't show you guys picks and bans, but as you can see, I'm against an Uller, so something might tell you that I passed my bans, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because Uller actually beats Freya pretty hard, I would say. But that doesn't mean we can't overcome the matchup with our epic gamer skill, you know? Surely, right? Smile. This guy had like 10 or 12 or something stars on Uller and a Masters border. So like, you know, we're against a pro. We're against an absolute pro. But let's put it this way. If I can beat this guy, wait, maybe I shouldn't have went horrific. Because maybe I need like Beads Blink or something. I don't know. Well, anyways, if I can beat this guy with Freya, then that means Freya's OP, right? And I didn't clickbait you guys. Completely broken character. What can I say? So he's gonna outclear us, I would imagine, right? That shard did just get nerfed, so that's gonna hurt his clear a little bit. But he's just Uller, right? And we're Freya, so I would imagine he might jump over the wall and try to axe us or something silly like that. I think we could probably just beat him up. If he ever jumps on us, I think we can beat him down. Kind of depends like if he has minions or not, though. We'll see. He didn't end up going the 6 potion start. He just went the chalice, so he might run out of mana. Probably not. Not before we do it. Actually, our clear was pretty good there because we actually got to group up the minions pretty well. Not too shabby. Focusing on clear mainly here. Oh, he's juking our auto attacks like a pro. I was thinking about popping the wing shard there, but I really didn't want him to bait it. Meaning like jump out the second I pop it and then we just don't have it, right? And I think we did pretty good, especially considering the fact that he's like almost Now granted, we're almost too, but we do have another multi-pot, which I'm going to go ahead and click now. Why not? I'm going to click the multi-potion now, and we're going to out-sustain him, I think. The problem with this, though, is he does have a start that gives him MP5. Although this isn't that much, now that I think about it. I kind of thought that was more. 7 MP5 really isn't that much, so we're going to mostly clear this wave here and then go for the red buff. I was expecting him to back, and we would have to rush the red buff because, you know, I don't want him to come back and then skip the wave and come get it, right? But it looks like he opted to stay, so we don't... I mean, we're still going to do the red buff quickly because why wouldn't we? But we don't really have to feel forced into rushing it or whatever. Gonna slap up this thing and then probably just back. I mean, actually, if he's really smart, if we stay to clear this wave, he could come to lane, clear, and then invade our blue. But a lot of duel players, surprisingly, opt to just back and then go straight to their blue buff. They don't really like look at this as like an opportunity, right? So we're just gonna be a little bit risky and clear the wave. Why not? We can't really start our defense just yet unless we wait. And the problem with waiting is he might get our blue buff because of this. But this tier 1 is pretty big, I'll be honest. Like 10 prot and 10 HP 5 is very, very, very good. So if I can get away with waiting for it, that's very beneficial to us. Like I said, he could invade this. In fact, I think I just saw him on the map. I did. I think the minions spotted him for a second there. But we're looking good, though. Feeling good, man. I mean, he's feeling good, too, because he's got his Transcendence finished. Every Uller loves that, but he doesn't have a cooldown yet. And until he gets cooldown, I don't think he's, like, a menace, you know? He's definitely has a lot of burst damage and whatnot, but nothing too crazy. Check his relic, by the way. I didn't check it earlier. I checked his shard before I checked his relic. He does have the horrific as well. I think we should just force a fight here. Okay, like as I was saying, this character is pretty broken. This character is not hard to play and is very, very good. Now, granted, I did kind of put on the training wheels there and I popped the horrific, but I mean, that's what every Freya does because why not, man? It helps you out so much in the early game. He even horrific us back, but it didn't really matter too much because horrific, as far as I know, if I remember correctly, doesn't reduce attack speed anymore. They put anti-heal on it. So all it really did for him there was slow me down, of course, and lower my damage output. But Freya just has so much damage, man. It's ridiculous. An insane amount of damage. And by the way, like I said, this is the next day from the first 2 games. I recorded the other 2 games yesterday, and today is Tuesday, patch day. And so since yesterday, they actually nerfed Phalanx. They nerfed a 10 prot on it, which is what I told you guys I would probably go as double defense, like every item, or every single game. And I would say right now, it definitely is worse now that they nerfed it by 10 prot. Of course it's worse, right? But I still think Phalanx is good for double defense Freya. I definitely think it's really good because one of the main reasons you like it is for the attack speed, and it's just, I mean, it's just double defense. You just want to go double defense in general. You could go breastplate for double defense, and that would give you cooldown reduction. Definitely not a bad option, but I don't know. Maybe that is better now, honestly. Have to test it out. What I do know is there's no way the Phalanx is like bad, you know? Breastplate might feel a little bit better, but there's no way Phalanx is bad though. Now, hopefully this guy doesn't come around to try to steal this. He might, but we do so much damage to it, man. Absolute insane amount of damage. I think he's kind of scared of us now. He has the Genjis. He still can't fight us. The only thing he has going for him, as far as the 1v1 goes, is if I run out of mana or not, really. Which is, you know, of course, again, one of the reasons why I think Breastplate Freya is probably viable for certain. Because it gives you cooldown and also gives you that mana sustain, right? Oh, I thought I would kill that. That is unfortunate. He doesn't do very much damage to us. Like, granted, he does have full defense as well, so we're not bursting him as hard as I would like, but we do way more damage to him than he does to us, that's for certain. I want to group up the minions. He opted to axe me the second I group up the minions. Smart by him. Because the the minions turn on me, right? There's no way he can fight over this, so I'm just gonna pop my horrific, pop my one, stand my ground. Oh, oh, oh. Oh wow, I didn't even realize that's how the Freya ult works. It doesn't take the mana until you land. So I'm like I said earlier, it's like I'm a freaking genie or something. Like I'm a future teller, man. I told you guys, the one thing he has going for him is if I run out of mana. No problem, no problem. We should be able to get this too, because we do have the scepter, right? We have Telkines on the scepter. Just one more reason for why I think the Telkines is good is if you ever run out of mana like this, you still do very good auto attack damage, right? Just that little bit of extra Telkines damage helps you out a lot. Just gonna clear this wave here and back up. As much as I would love to get mana right now, I would love to get mana. I think we need some more attack speed and some more pen. We definitely need more pen for sure. I am going to go the blink. I think beads could be very, very strong versus an Uller. Obviously he beats the stun, keep hitting him. But I think my bigger concern is him just running away from me. Oh, maybe I should have picked that up. Whatever. Screw that. I want red buff. Screw a blue buff, man. I know, like I just said, mana's not a problem for me at all. What can I say? I never run out of mana. We need the blue buff, baby. Oh, we need the red buff. Dang it. I can't even RP correctly. Let's get the scepter. It's spawning now. If he tries to fight us once again, there's no way he wins. Honestly, there is an argument to be said that maybe I should have kept my wing shard for a little bit longer, because the wing shard does do so much damage for me, but oh well, no big deal. The blink can be useful for sure. Alright, so we're looking for this red buff here. Looks like he's looking for this red buff here as well. Of course he is. Alright, he's got 20% cooldown now. I gotta take note of that. He's definitely gonna be a little bit of a cooldown warlord now. What if I just went like a Magi's late game and blinked on him? That could be crazy. Oh yes, the old Uller axe into auto attack jump away strategy. The 0 DPS. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. It's just I just always find stuff like that funny when it's like, they're trying to be fancy, trying to hit you with auto cancels and do all this and that, right? And then they end up just it doesn't even do anything anyways. It's like he's trying to be fancy and attack me on his way out kind of thing, but like I don't even take any damage, so what was the point? I think I will go breastplate this game against an Uller. Character that's very good at kiting and very good at running away. Like the extra CD could be very, very impactful this game. And of course, as I said, the mana, of course. So we are going to go, like, between the fact that Phalanx got nerfed, literally since yesterday, since the beginning of this video, between that and the fact that just like I need cooldowns to be able to chase this guy. I need to always have my stuff up. My banishes and my ults, and also just having my pulse up more often, because he can bait out my CDs by, axing me and then jumping away. Then I don't have anything, and I want to have stuff for when I blink on him, right? Because if I wait too long to blink on him for my stuff to come up, then he's going to have his stuff right back, right? This guy's actually not too bad at landing his stuff, although one thing I will note to that is I'm not exactly juking him, right? So I am kind of just standing still, eating all of it. Alright, we blinked the axe. Pretty decent play by us. He horrific. Now we don't have any, like, this is where we need the cooldown, right? We don't have our 2-1 back up. We are getting a big chunk of pressure here. I'm just afraid that it doesn't really matter that much. Doesn't really get us that much. I mean, we get a Chester boy here. That's decent, I suppose. Definitely better than nothing. Then we can go secure our blue buff. But like I said, I mean, if I get some cooldown online, it's going to be very beneficial to us. We just get some cooldown. I think I'm going to upgrade this, and then I'm going to buy a power potion, I think. And hopefully that'll give us enough kill potential, because we'll do extra damage from the last time, and we'll also have extra CD, like I said. And mana, of course. Now I'm being PvE'd on. Classic hunter players. Lose the game, kill the tower, smile. Yes, yes, yes. Axe and run away, axe and run away. As you can tell, I'm getting frustrated. If he's not doing anything wrong, he's really not. It's basically just frustrations of going against an Uller, I suppose. Not so much the player, it's the character, I guess. But I would imagine he's a little bit frustrated with my character as well. The fact that I can bully him when he's an Uller, right? Uller players are not that used to being bullied. Look at him, he's just running away from me, man. Actual full PvE mode. I do have double defense, so usually, like, I will say when people go double defense, it makes it to where it's like, you can't really fight him all that well, right? So maybe he's just accepting the fact that he can't penetrate through all the defense right this moment and saying, screw it, he's gonna wait until he gets pinned. But something tells me he's just being an Uller player. Smile. Bro is pressing a whole lot of buttons right now. Let's switch it up. Hit him and run, hit him and run, hit him and run. Yes, yes, hit him and run, yes. Hit them and run, hit them and run. Yes, yes, yes. Hit them and run, hit them and run. We love Uller players. You can tell this guy has a lot of stars on Uller, by the way. He's very good at running away. You can tell. And this is just one of many, many reasons for why people ban Uller. And like I said, I did pass my ban, so I can't complain too much about going against an Uller, right? Because, I mean, I did kind of choose this fate. That is absolutely true. Alright, we're going to back up here. We're going to buy a full hasten ring. I think Freya's one of those gods that you should pretty much always have a hastened ring on. I mean, it's not like you literally have to have it, but there's just no reason not to. Like, it's such a good item. It gives, obviously, the hasten effect, right? But it has decent stats on top of that. And also, just gives you movement speed, too, which Freya's already a pretty quick character. So that little bit of movement speed can be the reason why you, you know, avoid certain attacks or not. And against a character like Uller, I would love to be able to avoid... I would love to be able to avoid some axes or something. Although it's kind of hard when I'm just literally running at him. I'm not really juking that much. I'm just running straight towards him. Alright, so our banish is now maxed out, which is worth mentioning because it goes down in cooldown. So that on top of the fact that we have a breastplate is very good for us. I blinked into the axe when I tried to blink past it like I did the last time. Very unfortunate. Ah yes, ah yes. He's doing the Uller. He is indeed doing the Uller. Are you sure you don't want to press 4 a couple more times, man? It might give you a power boost if you just press 4 a couple more times. Oh, he's going to clear the wave. Oh my goodness, bro. Can we just play the game, man, please? Can we pretty please just play the game? It's like, I don't know what to say here because I see it from both sides. Like, I feel for him because he's against the double defense Freya. But at the same time, this is so boring, man. Just play the game. I see it from both sides. I see it from his side and from my side. Because I probably would do something similar if I were him, to be honest. So that's why I say, like, don't take my trash talk and stuff like that too seriously. At the end of the day, when people play efficiently in Duel, it's always irritating. I mean, that's just the game mode at the end of the day. He did miss an axe, though. Proximity ward on the ground. I ulted that, but that... Okay. He has a proximity ward, as well as me. He proximity warded us just a moment ago. The sad part is this guy's gonna win. This guy is probably gonna win this game by literally just running away for 25 minutes. Uller moment. Not if he plays like that, Smile. Yeah, we really don't want him to steal this. That would suck. Oh. Oh yes, the blink PvE strategy. We love Ullers, man. We love Ullers so much. So we got to blink out here, surely. He can still probably catch us with his 3. Nah, he didn't have to chase. It's hard to fight that because, well, I mean, we're obviously poked and whatnot, but also we have like 3,000 gold in hand, right? So if we had a Rod to Hootie there, we would definitely just have smelted that guy, but unfortunately we did not. We never backed. He got back in time. Unlucky. Goes how it goes, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I can't be too upset about losing, right? It is an Uller. I did pass my bans. Goes how it goes. I can be upset. I just can't be too upset.
I was born ready.
Alright, we're at a pretty good spot now. I mean, he's at a pretty good spot too, let's be real. He has full penetration finished, right? His combos are going to do an awful lot to us at this point. But, I mean, we have 30% cooldown with this blue buff. And we have a ton of damage with the Rod. And the Rod glyph could give us some CDs back, so we'll see how this goes. Not having beads versus an Uller is always pretty scary, I would say. I need to starting the fights with my banish. I need to catch him with the banish at the beginning of the fight. He's poking us down with his awesome aim, his epic ability. I need to avoid a couple axes, but it's easier said than done, man. Oh my goodness, dude. No way he just died like that. What? I actually missed my first ult and I messed up the blink, but he he actually used his cooldowns worse than I did. What the heck, man? I didn't even have to use my horrific or anything. That's crazy. Wait, do I just win off of that? That was a pretty big blunder on his part because he didn't even clear the wave. He didn't do anything. Dude, my Phoenix damage is like so bad. But my Titan damage should be pretty good though. Surely.
Keep an eye on my enemy.
No way he actually loses the game off of that. Dude, that is so AIDS. Like, as much as I want to complain about what he's doing and complain about Uller players, by the way, once again, I'm an Uller player. I like Uller. He didn't do anything wrong. I would have probably done the same stuff he was doing. So again, I feel the need to explain myself because every single time I complain about things that other people are doing, I get at least one guy in the YouTube comments who are just like, bro, he's just playing efficiently. Like, how could you possibly make fun of him? Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. Bro, when people are playing efficiently, that means they're beating me. That means they're preventing me from beating them. I hate that. Everyone hates that, right? But anyways, as I was saying, as much as I want to complain about Uller being OP and him running away the entire game and this and that, that was pretty BS. I mean, don't get me wrong. I played it pretty well. Like, blinking in the time that I did because he didn't have his CDs up. I don't even remember what he didn't have up. It was either his jump or his axe. I think it was his axe. But the point is he didn't have stuff up right there. I should have blink horrific'd him. The fact that I didn't is actually pretty terrible on my part. But the fact that he dies there is absolutely insane. Shoutouts to Radatahooty. Radatahooty made my ult do so much more damage there at the end. And yeah, he kind of got cheesed, man. Again, like I said in the beginning, I should not have won this matchup. This matchup is favoring Uller 100%. But that does show you that Freya, I mean, he made one little mistake or misplay by, axing the way he did when he was like 60% health and I have blink and I can just go into the tower, right? He made one little mistake and he just loses the game. Like, it shows you guys how good Freya is, right? I'm going to do at least one more game for you guys. I'll go ahead and skip you guys into it. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, we're off into the fourth game. Same thing, I passed all my bans, but luckily I was actually thinking about banning Uller potentially, but this guy actually banned him for me, so shoutouts to him. He allowed me to pass all my bans again. I don't even remember if I was passing my bans to get Freya through yesterday or not, like the first two games of this this video, right? I actually have no idea. I don't remember. But I think I wanna try this. You know, at least for one game, I want to try doing double mana pot so I can tell you guys whether it feels better or not. And again, like I said, I didn't really elaborate too much on it, but like I said last game, I think maybe I shouldn't have went blink the time I did. I think because this wing shard is actually incredibly valuable. I think the blink was fine. In fact, the blink won us the game. However, I'm just saying that I could have waited a little bit to get it. Probably got my blink around like level 15, 16, 17. Probably like level 17 or so. And that would have been better. I would have rather just had the wing shard. It helps us out so much, right? Because Freya relies on attack speed so heavily for DPS. And also because Freya is a very quick character. And technically, this does give you a little bit of movement speed too. Not really that big of a deal, but definitely does do that. I don't remember what level I was or whatever when I did end up blinking out to escape him at Bull Demon. Maybe that was the reason I got out. I think that was like later in the game though. I think I was like level 18, 19, 20. So I would have had blink by then, but I don't really remember. So either way, on to the next game, focusing up here on clear. And then we're going to hit this guy. It's going to be very confusing for me. This may sound like a stupid thing to say, but him being that Hou-Yi skin, I've never even seen that Hou-Yi skin before. That's actually going to confuse me. That does not look like Hou-Yi. Maybe I'll just look at the map. That looks like Apollo or something. I don't even know what that looks like, bro. Like, it doesn't look like Apollo, but what I'm trying to say is it's like the closest comparison, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Is what I'm trying to say, is what I'm trying to say, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I feel like I just say the same thing over and over in each video for like no reason. I mean, everybody has things that they say like a lot, right? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a freakazoid. Oh, he has shell and claw shard, dude. He does not have any fight potential on me if I can actually catch him out. Wait, actually. He's gonna ult me though. Oh! Minions, please. Kill him. Kill him, please. Okay. I'll admit, I played that pretty sloppy. Mostly the fact that I wasn't level 5 and I let him kind of like just destroy me, right? But, I mean, whatever, bro. We got the dub. It goes how it goes. We got the dub. Hopefully we can get this before he comes back. He's probably going to end up getting the rock. It's fine with me. Actually, wait. He might be going to blue buff, actually. And if he goes to blue buff, I'm going to get this. Oh, wait. No, he's here. Oh, my God. Or maybe he just already did the blue buff because, you know, Hou-Yi bounce. LOL.
Be right back.
Woohoo! Whoa! I'll be right back. Also, by the way, I don't think, like, you know, I've said this a couple times here recently in the videos. And I don't think it's a problem, but like I just feel like I should mention it, by the way, if you guys did, or if you guys have, or in the future, you know, hear any background noise or anything like that. It is from the living room television. My cousin is watching TV, and I didn't feel the need to tell them to like turn it down or anything because I don't think it goes through the videos. But if it does, at least you guys know what it is, right? You guys don't think it's like a UFO in the background or something? That reminds me. I know I mentioned this in a recent video, but like it still just cracks me up that somebody mentioned I talked about there being a UFO outside, which what I meant by that was there was just like a big truck outside. And somebody was just like, somebody commented was like, so we're just not going to talk about the UFO that was outside. So we're just not going to talk about the aliens that live near him. Yeah, man, we don't need to talk about that, okay? It's a secret. No need to talk about it. Whoop. Alright, he didn't hit a stinky bounce on me. Dude, that skin is so loud. Am I crazy? Like, let me know in the comments down below if you made it this far into the video and you guys think that that jump is incredibly loud. Am I insane? Is it my headset volume or something? Everything this character does is super loud. Like Freya, I would consider to be a generally loud character as well. And my abilities are like half the audio of his, like actually. His is like twice as loud. Maybe I'm just insane. Be right back. I don't think he has a bounce on me right here specifically, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We're gonna pick up the proximity ward as per usual. Hopefully, I don't know if he's gotten the chesters or not. I don't think he has. I think he's gonna back too to finish his defense. So, well, I'm just gonna group up these minions because, you know, it groups them up for my 2, but also because I have the scepter, groups them up for the scepter. Although I don't think the scepter hits that many targets. I think it has a maximum of like 3 or something. I don't really know. It could be wrong. Maybe it is just like straight up a mystical mail and has unlimited targets, but I know it hits like at least up to 3. I don't know if it hits more than that or not. Alright, the Hou-Yi mark is almost faded. I'm going to banish him now because the mark should be done by the time he comes down. And we're just going to beat him up a little bit. Alright, so we horrificed him. Okay. I don't really know why he didn't jump away. Maybe it was down. Maybe he jumped the lane or something. Or he just thought he could win that. Like, that was not even close because I still have my ult up. I still have my proximity ward. I still have a bunch of HP left. Like, that was just not even close. Freya moment, lol. We love Freya, and by love Freya, I mean we hate her. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said yesterday in the beginning of this video that we permaban Freya around here. Stupid character. She's not unbeatable by any means. She has bad matchups. I just don't think it's worth it trying to beat her. Like, it's just so annoying, man. So is this guy going to fight me here? He wants to invade the blue again, I guess. I mean, I do have a proximity ward. Doesn't look like he actually wants to fight, though. He just wants to invade my buff. Typical hunter players, am I right? Alright, let's just clear. Let's go see if his buff's up. I'm honestly not sure if it will be or not. By the way, I should mention I maxed my 2 and my 1 before I level the ult. And you know, if you don't like to do that, then you definitely don't have to, right? Just something I prefer to do. Okay, so he got both of those buffs. I definitely could have bullied him out a little bit better there. I could have banished the buff to heal it. I could have done a lot of things there, I'll be honest. I was kind of just laziness from me. I didn't really care that much. I was trying to fight him. I'm going to keep my second relic. I'm going to wait on my second relic. I'm going to keep my wing shard. Because like I said, I think it's just more beneficial to have. But yeah, I definitely could have, at least I got the smalls off both the blue buffs, but I could have secured the big one. Or even potentially killed him. Yeah, that was kind of just laziness by me. I'm not really taking this matchup all that seriously. Which, you know, it's not good to do that in these videos because I'm trying to teach you guys what I should and shouldn't do. And stuff like that, but like, to be fair, as long as I tell you guys that that was a misplay, I could have played that better. You know, there was definitely a better option, which would have been to just play it slower and to banish the buff and stuff like that, right? So it's not like I'm making these misplays and not pointing them out at the very least. And like I say, and like I said in the Gilgamesh guide, it's okay to make misplays, man. It's like nobody plays perfect. It's just about minimizing how many you have, right? And it's just about learning from them as well. Like making a misplay is, you know, it's only half the battle. Like the main thing is just learning from it. Wait, I want to back in this Chester so I have movement speed.
I was born ready.
I'll get a power pot. Honestly, maybe I should just, because like this is something I used to do, so I want to mention it at some point in this video for all the people who actually are trying to get better at Freya and stuff. I do think Hastened is a good item early game. A lot of people don't build it until late game or at all for that matter. I do think it's viable. Like there is a situation where Hastened, third item, would actually do more damage than Demonic Grip, assuming that it allows you to get more auto attacks off, right? Because you know how I said attack speed is king, attack speed over everything, right? Well, if that's true, like the reason why you want more attack speed is because you want to hit them with as many autos as possible. So if you're in a situation where you buy a more DPS efficient item like Demonic Grip, okay, we're gonna pop Horrific on him here because it does anti-shield him. I should have mentioned that earlier, but yeah, I'm mentioning it now. The reason why I wanted to fight him so much earlier and I thought I could win is because he had Claw Shard and he had Shell. Claw Shard's obviously not going to help him fight as much as like a Wing Shard would, and Shell also isn't very a good relic because, well, it doesn't really do that much for you late game. It doesn't have a great upgrade, it's just Phantom Shell, but also Horrific removes shields by 50%. So yeah, it's actually removes shields by 75% if you proc it when it's on them, right? But I didn't really care that much about the 25% of the shield. Realistically, that's less than one auto there. Not a very big deal. So yeah, we played another Freya W. Easy peasy. I think this has been a pretty decent video. It's like 3 F6s and a good game versus a Masters Uller player. I think overall it's been a pretty good video. It shows you guys how powerful this character is, and I'm just thankful that I can finally stop playing her now, and I can go right back to banning her because this character is utterly stupid. Like I said, I kind of showed you guys the build I would go in most situations in that Uller game, although I did have Breastplate. But like I said, I don't know, man, Breastplate might just be better. It's up to you guys to decide what you like more. But here's what I'll say is what I build in most situations on Freya. This is what I would build in most situations. Of course, if you would prefer to go Breastplate like I did, literally I went Breastplate. Part of it was because I really wanted the cooldown, but if you just really want the mana, you could just pick up Mana Buff. That is worth mentioning. Maybe pick up some Mana Potions, etc., right? But if you want the mana, you could easily go Breastplate over it. Freya does actually, I wouldn't say rely on cooldown reduction, but she likes cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is good in general. So I would say you definitely can go this. This is going to give you cap attack speed though. As you can see, we're 2.22 attack speed. If you go this, it's gonna cap it out, right? One thing I will say as an alternative, first of all, you can go Hastened earlier in the build if you want. You can go double defense earlier in the build if you want, like you can do it like this instead. The Ratatouille is not necessarily a must. I just think it's a good item all around. It gives you some MP5 for the late game. Helps you sustain, although it's really late in the game, but better late than never, right? The glyph is pretty decent for her, I would say. You know, a matter of fact, just to make sure, because I don't want to say anything bad. Okay, successfully damaging an enemy god with an ability applies a mark for 3 seconds. Damaging them a second time will consumes the mark and provides you 10% movement speed for 3 seconds and reduces your ability cooldowns by 1.5. So yeah. This gives you movement speed and gives you cooldown on your pulse and your one combo. Pretty solid item overall. But like I said, when you are against, or actually, hold on, before I go into that, when you're against a magical, I can't even remember if I put this in here or not, Shoguns and, oh, actually, yeah, I think I did in the Freya mirror. I would say these are your best double defense items in versus a magical character. You always go Shoguns, always go Shoguns. Pestilence if they have a ridiculous amount of healing, and if you just want more attack speed and mana, you know, like we said, this mana problem is a problem, and movement speed, you can go the Talisman instead. Probably recommend the Talisman over the Pestilence unless you really need the Pestilence. And the actual mirror match, I don't know, I think the Pestilence is pretty good, especially if they go Bancrofts first, like that one Freya did from yesterday. I'm remembering now. But we're gonna remove this. And what I will say, another type of build that you can go that I think is viable, you know, it's up to you guys. Freya, the whole point of this video is that she's the #1 mage and she's super strong. You can do whatever you want on this character, man. So I will say, This is another viable build that I personally would not go because I don't think she needs it, but I know a lot of people like it, so I'm going to put it here for you guys. Okay, so I think a lot of people like to, oh wait, oops. Oh yeah. Oh wait, never mind. My bad. I got mixed up in my brain hole. But a lot of people like this build because, and it is a good build because basically, long story short, you don't have as much attack speed in this build. Although actually, now that I think about it, I mean the attack speed's fine. You're missing out the rod. This nimble Bancrofts. I would say the big thing that sucks with this build is the mid game. The mid game is not as good. You can change up the order, by the way. You don't have to do it in this order. It's mostly the items. You could go third item, Demonic Grip, into Typhons, and then you can have the Typhons pin right after the Demonic, and it goes with the Lifesteal from Telkines, etc. And then you can get your Hasten, and then you can go a last item Bancrofts. In fact, I would probably recommend it in this order because the Glyph, like Bancrofts just doesn't do that much for you early. One thing I will say that's very notable about the Bancrofts is, of course, you're going to be healing a lot with this triple lifesteal build, and the Bancrofts is going to give you so much power for your ults. Like it's a ridiculous, like if you get to 1 HP and you press ult, you're going to heal a good chunk and you're going to destroy them with your ult. But I don't really like to play around Freya ult. I like to play around her, you know, just damn it, her 2-1 burst. But this is a good build. It's just, I would imagine it's more expensive. Yeah. It's more expensive, even though Rod is very expensive, the other items as well. Plus Bancrofts is actually more expensive than Rod. That's not true, though, if you account for the Glyph. Although I will say in this build up here, while I did mention the Glyph being really good, that's more of a hyper late game thing. You don't actually rush the Glyph. You don't actually need the Glyph. The Bancrofts needs the Glyph way more than the Rod needs the Glyph, so worth mentioning. But this build is a little bit more expensive, I would say, in general, because I mean, it's really not that much, actually, now that I'm looking at it. They're about the same, to be honest. I think it's just the mid-game tempo in general. I don't really think, like, for example, if you go 4 attack speed items in a row, obviously you're going to have more attack speed than if you were to get a Typhons right here, right? And so I just think rushing attack speed as soon as possible is just better in general. But honestly, like I said, I'm not a big Freya player. This is all just my opinions and my assumptions of what you can do. If you play Freya way more than me and you have success doing different builds, you think I'm an idiot, you think I don't know what I'm talking about, then don't build this, man. Just do whatever you want, because the whole point of this video is that Freya is OP. That's the whole point. Look, I'll, in matter of fact, I'll take all of these items off here, and I promise you guys, you could do this on Freya and kill people. I promise you, you could just go into Berserker Shield, into Breastplate, into Phalanx, and then like just for the, I'm not saying this is like a good build, that's kind of the whole point. Last item, like I would probably just go Rod or something normally, right? But last item, you could just go Gem of ISO. You could build like this on Freya and still kill your opponent relatively easily and be very hard to box. That's the whole point. Freya is absolutely insane. So I think people that gatekeep and want to talk about her perfect builds and blah, 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 it's just unnecessary, man. Like, of course, you should try to get a good build for you, but I just see a lot of people critiquing other people's Freya builds, and people are very opinionated about what you should build on her. At the end of the day, the character does too much damage. The only thing I will say is you should be going double defense every single game, man. You should be going double defense, if not triple. I don't go triple. I probably never will go triple defense, but you should be going double defense pretty much every single game. It's just too strong on her. She wants to be able to cast. She wants to be able to not get bursted down. I think it helped us out a lot versus that Uller, even though he had 40% pen and a Titan's Bane proc, which gives some of his abilities 60% pen. It helped us out a lot. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.